Good morning. They tell you that you can't and tell you that you won't. You're too dark to be a star. They try to break you down and dim out your light, but they can't take away who you are. Don't listen to them, baby. Don't let them drive you crazy. You got better things to do. Don't listen to them, baby. Don't let them drive you crazy. Keep on pushing through, 'cause you are a queen. Oh, 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 you are a queen. Yeah, you are a queen. They tell you to be humble, but really that means silent. Bow down and follow the rules. Use your heart, use your mind. Don't forget, these are your tools. Don't listen to them, baby. Don't let them drive you crazy. You got better things to do. Don't listen to them, baby. Don't let them drive you crazy. You keep on pushing through, 'cause you are a queen. Oh, 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 you are a queen. 'Cause you are a queen. Yes, you are a queen. You are royalty. You are royalty. 'Cause you are a queen. Yes, you are a queen. You are royalty. You are royalty. 'Cause you are a queen. Yes, you are a queen. You are royalty. You are royalty.
Good morning. Let's get this down. Our fabulous musician today is Queen B. DeVoe, and our sound engineer is Jimmy Tuzel. So let's give them some love. I'm Elena Hutchinson, a practitioner here and a ministerial intern. My preferred pronouns are she and her. And I'm your announcer this morning. Welcome to the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, where we teach spiritual principles and practices that nourish us, uplift us, and celebrate our oneness with all of life. Yeah, you try saying that. We'd like to offer a special welcome to anyone who's here for the very first time today. If you're here in person for the first time, could you raise your hand? We'd like one of our ushers to come by and give you a little welcome packet. Oh, we got one here. Here he comes, running. And let's also welcome and acknowledge our online community joining us on live stream on YouTube Live and Facebook Live. Yay. Yes, we can wave at them. If you would, for any reason, like more information about OCSL, please go to our website, sign up for our newsletter. We have a weekly newsletter that goes out. As always, we would like to begin our service by respectfully acknowledging that we gather on the traditional lands of the indigenous Ohlone people. We honor with gratitude the land itself and the people who stewarded it for thousands of years, generations. And let's take a moment to bless our children, our small children and our big children, wherever they are. We bless all the children in our community and the world. All of you, we see you. We know the truth of who you are. You are unique expressions of God, and we are grateful to have you in our lives. And so it is. Okay, y'all take a deep breath because there is like a fire hose of information coming. This Wednesday, August 16th, Sri Devi Ramanathan continues the discussion on percolating your passion with purpose. Meditation, as always, is at 6:30 and the service is at 7, all on Zoom. The silent auction is now accepting donations. If you have items you'd like to donate, please contact our board president, Maureen French, maureen@oaklandcsl.org, and she will send you the link to upload them. All donations have to be in this Friday, August 18th, this Friday. The auction will launch on August 27th and continue through September 10th at 32auctions.com. Details to come. If you are interested and not yet a member of OCSL and would like to become one, and why wouldn't you, please sign up to attend one of our 3 classes. One class, 3 chances to choose which one you'd like to go to. Saturday, August 19th, 10 to 1, Thursday, August 26th, 6 to 9, or Thursday, September 14th, 6 to 9. To complete the membership application, go to oaklandcsl.org, find membership under the About Us tab, and scroll all the way down. And then we will celebrate New Member Sunday on September 24th at the Sunday service. Reverend Dr. Georgia Prescott is offering an after-service workshop on Sunday, August 20th. Just say no, H-E double hockey sticks no, to aging gracefully. The cost is $20. She's requested that you register before this Wednesday, August 16th. And you can check out the full workshop description and register on the classes page on the website. And I think we have a short video introducing Reverend Georgia. This is where I do a song and dance.
Hi, this is Dr. Georgia. I'm so excited to be coming to Oakland Center for Spiritual Living on August 20th to share a message with you. And I'm also bringing a new workshop that I've been working with called Just Say No, Hell No to Graceful Aging. You know, the fastest growing population in America today are people over the age of 85. And yet the dominant cultural view of older adults is one of deterioration, dependency, reduced potential. None of that stuff needs to happen, but if we're not careful, we can kind of get lulled into that subconscious thinking that that's what it's like to be an older adult. So I'm inviting you to come to the workshop. We're going to explore together some of the things that we can do to make sure that we understand we still have a lot of life to give. We still have gifts to give. We still have things we want to learn. It's a fun workshop. I hope to see you there.
Okay.
Hi.
Hi. Practitioner Constance Chapman is offering a free class after service on August 27th to offer you a little taste of her upcoming spiritual enrichment class, Mandala Meditation. This is a 5-week class that starts September 7th. So the parking lot party is happening and is a happening on Saturday, August 26th. If you happen to be the creator of fun, interesting, creative, beautiful items that you would like to offer for sale at the party, please complete the vendor form, and that's found on the events page of our website. OCSL will have a booth at the Oakland Pride Festival on September 10th. If you're interested in helping before, during, after, please contact Sam Ladian at oaklandcsl.org. And there is a list of ways that you can help on the events page. And let's not forget the bookstore. It's summer reading time for a little while longer, and all the books are 30% off. So here's the thing. There's even more stuff happening here. You can't expect me to tell you everything. You know what to do. Go to the website, sign up for the newsletter, follow us on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. While you're there, please like and subscribe, because that's how we get the word out. And you might be drawing in your next new best friend. So now, please stand as you like, if you like, and recite and embody our vision and mission statement. The vision of the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is to joyfully reveal the love and oneness of God. We are a welcoming and inclusive spiritual community dedicated to individual transformation and collective growth. Our purpose is to love, inspire, and serve our community and the world through education, music, prayer, and play. Woo!
Good morning. Whoa. So my name is Regina Buckwalter, and I am a practitioner here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. And I just want to say that it is such an honor for me to be here and pray with you and say the readings and be your presenter as a pulpit assistant. It's wonderful. Thank you. So the first reading is by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. If a man is called to be a street sweeper, he should sweep streets, even as Michelangelo painted, or Beethoven composed music, or Shakespeare wrote poetry. He should sweep streets so well that all the host of heaven and earth will pause to say, here lived a great street sweeper who did his job well. The second reading is by Brene Brown. Spirituality is recognizing and celebrating that we all inextricably connected to each other by a power greater than all of us. And that our connection to that power and to one another is grounded in love and compassion. Practicing spirituality brings a sense of perspective, meaning, and purpose to our lives. So as we take a pause and feel the breath. As the breath is always present within us, as it is the life force that moves through us. And sometimes we just forget that. And when we forget that, we are leaving our spiritual connection to the divine, because the divine moves through us with that powerful life force of breath and sensation, vitality, and love. It is a vibrational frequency of love and compassion and light, that when we feel it and when we recognize it, we are one with the divine, and there is no mistake. We are empowered with the presence. And that is the presence that illuminates and radiates every single cell of our body into vitality and health, stability, harmony, abundance, peace, and joy. All of those wonderful experiences that we pray and yearn for are right here, right now, as we center and breathe and feel the love inside. And that is where we connect We connect in oneness in the presence of the divine that moves through us. God is one within us, and we feel it, and we know it. We know it when we feel it. And we connect and rest in the serenity of God, Spirit moving through us, illuminating us, resting inside, and we are one, and we celebrate that. I know I am one with this presence. I know that I am one with this love. And I know that every single person in this community, in this service is one with love, moving through us as one as we breathe and feel. And I celebrate and give thanks knowing this truth. I celebrate the word. I celebrate the presence. I celebrate the love. I celebrate the illumination of light within me and this community and every single person in this church that extends out into the world. One. And I bless this service. I know that Sunshine Michelle is here to deepen us into the truths of love, compassion, one, community, passion, as we move forward with our life in that oneness of love and light. I release my word into the law that always says yes, yes, and yes to love. We breathe, we feel, we know, we love, and we say yes, yes, yes to the law. I release my word. I let go, and I let God. And so it is. Amen.
Wanna float away, drift away, be where you are. Wanna float away, drift away, be where you are. Wanna float away, drift away, be where you are, be where you are, among the stars, among the stars. I get so caught up in the mundane every day, trying not to feel all this weighing down on me. I wanna keep my face, but every time I try to hide what is really going on inside my mind, I get lost again, trying to find myself. I wanna float away, drift away, be where you are. I wanna float away, drift away, be where I wanna float away, drift away, be where you are, be where you are. I wanna float away, drift away, be where you are. Among the stars, 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 among the stars. I wanna float away, drift away, be where you are.
That's B. DeVoe. You can give them some more love. One of our own. Is that your music? Is that your? I knew it was. That's her. That's their original music. Thank you so much for that. I want to do a mic check first. Can they hear me on YouTube Live, Facebook Live? Thumbs up. Hey, I believe in inclusion. I believe in making sure everybody's taken care of. And if you're not, let us know. How are we going to know? Well, we should know some of that. But how are we going to know unless you tell us? So please do that. And I am Reverend Dr. Sunshine Michelle Coleman, and I am the proud spiritual director and senior minister of this here house, the Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. I use she, her pronouns, and I am excited to be here. And newcomer, I think was right here. Newcomers, or those of you who are back, welcome back. This is a new day, a new time, a new breath in life. None of us have experienced this day yet, right? It's newness. It's newness. You'll hear that I just came from Asilomar shortly, but not yet. But the theme was the newness of now. Isn't that beautiful? That each and every moment is new. So guess what? If you really messed up, if you really messed up in your life, now or at any other time, guess what? The next moment is new. You get to choose whether you stay in that story or move into another one. You know, I am totally off script here. But listen, when you pray into, my prayer as I was sitting there is use me. Say through me what it is that you have to say. So that needed to be said for whatever reason. Yesterday, I want to tell you about a couple of events that we had. 2 events. We've been very active, as you heard from Elena. This is good, right? This is good. We wanted this. So yesterday, we had a booth. The Oakland Center for Spiritual Living had a booth at the Laurel World Music Fest in the Laurel District, which was lovely. We had about 5 of our folks come through. Linda Wyman put a spinning wheel together of spiritual qualities that you could spin for, and you win a gift. It drew a lot of attention. That's why we were out there, was to draw attention. And you know me. I was up there. Oh, hi, I'm the senior minister. I want to see you there. And you have young people. Are these your young people? Bring them. We have a youth and family program that is awesome. That's why we were there. So we had a really good time. And we went to Asilomar. So you can show that slide of the pictures, if you would. Oakland Center for Spiritual Living is in the house, is what I want to tell you. We were at the Laurel Street Fair. So some of these are from the Laurel Street Fair. These two on this side, you can see one with us cheesing up there with our shirts that Reverend Jerry Carter put together last year. There were some extras left over, and this is what our booth looked like. It was festive, it was fun, our village was represented. And last week was the Asilomar Conference for Centers for Spiritual Living called SOAR. It was the summer conference, and it's the better part of a week. Guess what, y'all? Oakland CSL had 15 people there. 15. So that's us over there. You see 12. There were 3 that didn't make it in the picture, but I know who you are, and I know you were there, and I know you were representing us. And so it was so good for us to be there and be represented there in Pacific Grove. It's a sacred place. There were great speakers and music and workshops and prayers and meditations. Our practitioner, Constance Chapman, did an art meditation workshop that had 44 people in it. It was pretty much sold out. I did a morning meditation practice, and it was 75 to 100 in the chapel there. And Reverend Jerry Carter put together an abbreviated memorial service for our beloved Richard Robinson at his wishes. You know Richard. He orchestrated his whole thing. So we had a memorial service right here, and he said, I want the balance of the memorial service to be at Asilomar, start off in the chapel, and then move to the beach. So we did that. So we were in the house, and I'm bringing you with us for those of you who weren't with us, because I bought a flash drive of the plenary sessions, and what I want to do, I did it on purpose so that I could bring Asilomar to you, because we have a new spiritual leader, Reverend Sunny Cantrell Smith, who was on fire. Her vision is on fire, and she is about equity, justice, inclusion, action, and we're going places. And so I want to put together a showing, a viewing, where we can show at least that one. I want y'all to hear what she had to say, because I'm working closely with her as your leader, and that's where I'm going. That's where we're going. We're going in that direction, so I want to bring you along with us. So let's give all of that a hand. We were called the Asilomar Superstars. That's who we are, all of us. And listen to this. Our executive team for Centers for Spiritual Living is run by women. We have 3 senior leaders. Reverend Sunny Cantrell Smith is our spiritual leader. We have Reverend Michelle Ariano, who is our executive director. And Reverend Alice Reed is the chair of our leadership council. So let's give that some love. I believe in call and response. It's become a part of what I bring to you and what you bring to me, and we do it together every Sunday, so today is no different. You ready? Yes. So for those of you who don't know or have forgotten, I'm going to present to you 3 separate affirmations that you have the choice to declare, not just recite, to declare from the depths of your being for your truth. You ready? Yeah. Okay, I believe in call and response, as you can tell, right? So when I ask you a question, I'm looking for an answer most times. Here we go. I am who I am, and this is my truth. I am magnificent and filled with the presence of the divine. I am living on purpose and in service to life. Yes. Let's just take that in. Take it in. You're not saying it for me, you're saying it for you. This is what we're about here, should you choose to get on board and be with us totally. So I like to start, Spirit is just working with me about what my standard practices are going to be up here with you. That was one of them. The next one is for us to do a collective community breath together, because what it does is to center us and ground us here together. And what I want us to do is to first exhale right where you are. Exhale, let it go. Be intentional with the breath that you breathe in now. Breathe it in slowly, easily. Fill your lungs up to the top. Hold it. Let it out with a sigh. We're going to do it 2 more times. Do it again. Breathe it in. Hold it at the top. Let it out with a sigh. And once more, take in a little more air than you did before. Hold it at the top. When you get there, that sacred breath, let it out with a bigger sigh. And allow that breath to simply flow in and out. Because it's the gift of life, as Regina prayed. It's our very gift. So now we are together as community, breathing that one breath. We always have been, but when we bring intention to whatever we're doing. I was talking last week about my new practice, practicing the presence of God. In everything I do, if I walk from here over to say I'm at that camera, my intention is to do it practicing the presence of God. You try that. Sometimes it's hard because what? Our mind wanders. That's okay. The point is, when you remember that you've strayed and gone somewhere else, you just bring it right back. That's how you give your life to God. We're working with our Centers for Spiritual Living global themes. This year, we're living out loud all year long. And this month in August, we're talking about my passion, my purpose. And today's theme is percolating your passion with purpose. Percolating your passion with purpose. You know, words have meaning. They have energy. And sometimes we have to interrupt the energetic that's around some words and some actions. If we're going to start something new, sometimes we have to interrupt the old. So I like to break things down and to pull it apart. And when that word percolate, it's like, what is that? Well, I know it to be something, different than what I later looked up in the dictionary. So I'm going to stick with my definition. What do they know? Percolating, I think of brewing and stirring something that's not even bubbling, because when I looked at it, it's not quite bubbling. You know, when you bring something to a high boil, it's like really activated. Percolating is it's starting to move. It's further along than before you turned it on, and it's not quite where it's bubbling and burning. It's evolving, it's stirring, it's becoming. That's what percolating means to me. You know what it said in the dictionary was something like filtering and permeating out. When I think of permeating means it's in the very fabric. If I think of spirit as the divine creator of everything, and it permeates out, it's in the very fabric of the chairs, let alone the idea that the chair exists. That's permeating. To me, it's different than percolating, but they're all good. We're working with percolating. When you look at percolating your passion with purpose, it's like there's a lot in that to chew. So I was breaking it down for myself to see what it had in it. And you know what Spirit brought to me? The dancing teapot. It's like, a dancing teapot. I remember seeing that somewhere, and then something said, be my guest. So, you know, you can find anything on the internet. First, I put in dancing teapot. Do you know what it made me laugh until I cried. There are teapots that you can buy that have these moves that are going like this, like they're dancing. You can buy a dancing teapot. That's not what I was talking about, though. So I kept looking. I looked up Be My Guest, the animated movie Beauty and the Beast. There's that, it's such a wonderful, fun-filled scene of the whole culinary kitchen, non-human, was dancing and I saw the dancing teapot. I don't know if that was the one, but that's what I thought about with percolating. Anyway, I thought I'd leave that in there because it made me laugh so hard. Dancing and percolating, being. Well, let me pause that for a moment and let me talk to you about hypocrisy. What has that got to do with anything, Rev? Where is she going with this? I didn't know what the bridge was going to be, so I'm trusting God in this. Hypocrisy. When you think of the word hypocrisy, it is about, and this is my definition, judgment, where someone stands in judgment of someone else and they're actually doing the same thing on the side. Right? They're not practicing what they preach. And I abhor that because I'm all about authenticity and being genuine and being honest. So if there's hypocrisy, that means there's distrust and you're not operating in integrity. Well, that came up at Asilomar. I get to tell on myself. I have permission, and I'm a leader that lives out loud. Oh, pun intended. That is the theme for this year, right? I live out loud. It's just my way. I always have. And my hope and my intention is that as I tell you things that I'm going through, you can see that I am practicing the principles. And I am not telling you to do anything that I'm not doing myself. And that I have found that since Spirit called me to ministry and we live our lives publicly, and I'm usually on mic, why not allow myself to be vulnerable, which is a strength, so that you can, as a teaching tool, so that you can see how I worked my principles and hopefully see within yourself how it can apply to you. That's my intent. So I was disturbed at Asilomar last week. This is real. As I heard this beautiful message by our new spiritual leader, whom I work with on a committee separately, I know her heart. And I was wanting to use the word ally, and I told y'all why I don't quite like the word ally, because that others somebody else. So how do we all stand in to be for a cause? And someone said friend, that was ally, because I asked y'all, what should I call ally? Well, I'm going to call what could be ally, and it still has meaning and relevance, but I'm going to call it special friend. So our spiritual leader is a special friend because she gets it. She's in with us. She's for us. Us as a whole, and us, whatever your group is, whatever your identity is, or whatever it is, she is there. And so as she was coming with power and passion, opening night ceremony, with her message, with her vision, with her intention, there were people who were hoorahing in that audience. We all were. Who were some of the same people who blasted me that I told you about a couple months ago on my writing about equity and justice. They blasted me online for my writings, didn't call me to my face. They said it indirectly. Were some of the same people in that very room. Are you hearing what I'm saying? Remember, I'm talking about hypocrisy here. So there was a moment at Asilomar where I went up to Reverend Sunny at one of the meal times. And I've told her over and over how proud I am of her, glad to have her there. And I told her, I'm excited. What I could feel welling up in me, this was all unintentional, just in the moment. I could feel it welling up in me. And I started sobbing right in front of her. She embraced me and held me. What that was about was the juxtaposition of what I was saying to her about how proud I was of her, I am of her, and where we are going, and where I can get on board with in the midst of the things that I have experienced in this movement. And she simply held me. And she said, thank you for coming up to me. And thank you for all you have had to hold. It gets better. So as the week proceeds on, I end up having a private conversation there at Asilomar with someone I consider a master teacher. And I said to them, I abhor hypocrisy, similar to what I'm just saying to you. And you know what they said? They ended up telling me a personal story that they had of a situation where they were feeling similarly, that they ended up having to estrange someone close to them because they felt they were hypocritical. This was family, this was somebody close, and it felt against their principles, and so they chose to stand in integrity. That's why they told me that story. What it did for me, you know, if you're paying attention, Spirit will give you the answer, even before you've asked the question. So what it did for me was to cause me to think of several things. But in result, it caused me to feel like I needed to be careful not to be hypocritical myself by judging someone that I perceived as hypocritical. I know, I told you it gets deep, right? This is all in less than a week now. So I was like, oh, it's percolating still within me. It hasn't fully baked what I'm telling you, but it's so hot off the press and so critical to me that I knew I had to bring it to you today. It's still percolating. Ask me next week, I probably will be further along with it, I hope, or maybe deeper in it, I don't know. But I felt like, just like I have told you as a congregation, I urge you to stay in your lane and do your own work, because if we all do our own work, we will heal and we will get there. That's what I believe. That's part of the problem. We haven't done that because people are looking outside themselves and they're all in everybody else's business but their own, not holding themselves accountable or responsible for what they're thinking, doing, saying, acting that has caused the things that we're in right now. I don't want to do that. And I don't want you to do that. So I want to give all of us tools and tips for us to do our work, to stay on principle, to check ourselves so that we're free and clear. Then as you interact with me, I've done my work, we're operating with authenticity and integrity. That creates a morphic field. That's in my dissertation. Spirit had me go through doctoral school to get a PhD to write on this. It's in that document. There's a vibration that radiates out when we are communicating from the heart. That means if we have tough conversations to have, if we're coming from this place of the heart, we can do that with love. We can do that and stay in the room and not leave. That's what we need right now. So when this was coming to me, even quicker than I could digest, it was like, oh, this is deep. You trying to say that I'm a part of the hypocrisy? Are you serious? But I'm up for it because there must be some truth in there for it to come to me. And you know why it came to me? Because I leaned in without fear. I said, show me more. Tell me. I shared it with somebody that could hold it for me. You know, when you have a vision or something that you're praying on, you guard that. You don't want to just go blasting it to everybody, because guess what? They will put their views on it and knock you down in a way that you don't even know you're being knocked down. You go to your practitioner, you go to your prayer partner, you go to whomever it is that can hold the consciousness with you. So that's what I did, and that's what I got, and here I am talking to you about it today. It's like, wow. And what this master teacher told me is, I didn't even get to that part. What they said to me is, it's human nature to be hypocritical. I don't know about that. It's all about choice, though. You can choose whether you want to be there or not. But basically what I heard them saying is that doesn't matter. What matters is what you do with it. What matters is what they did with it in their story, and they chose to estrange themselves from that close family member because they felt they didn't stand in the same value system and integrity that was important to them. So that's why I was able to hear, am I a part of that too? That will drive me to action. Because guess what? I don't want to be judgmental, but I sure don't want to be on that camp. I'm going to do my work so that I'm not. And I can choose to be, this is a great line that Spirit brought, I can choose to be paralyzed and stunned at the ignorance of how people behave or not. I may have to fortify myself. This is me talking to me. I may have to fortify myself so that I'm stronger and bolder and less affected by ignorance and privilege in order to operate from my passion of integrity and authenticity. All of it. I can choose, or not, I'm adding that. I can choose to be paralyzed and stunned at the ignorance of how people behave or not. I may have to fortify myself so that I'm stronger and bolder and less affected by ignorance and privilege in order to operate from my passion of integrity and authenticity. I thought about when I was modeling in my 20s. And I may have told this story briefly. It came up recently because I was interviewed on a podcast with Dr. Michelle Chappelle. The show is called My True Calling, or Your True Calling, or something like that. Wouldn't you know? She found me. I've met her before. But she knows I'm about authenticity, so it was a perfect match. But she's seen me speak before and heard that I had modeled back in my younger times and asked me about that. She was curious. And I was able to tell her the story that I flirted with. I wanted to be a top model. If I was going to do it, I wanted to be at the very top. And there's a pathway you have to go. And I chose to leave that pursuit because I perceived that I would have to do some things that my integrity did not want me to do. So I stopped. At this age in my life, I probably could do it. I have a little more wisdom, a little more maturity, maybe not, I don't know, because I'm dealing with hypocrisy today, so maybe I wouldn't be able to do it. That's why it came to my mind, because I was thinking about this thing of hypocrisy, and it's like, wow, I don't know if I could, I couldn't do it. That's why I left it, because I felt like people were hypocritical all over the place. And that's not me. That's what I thought about. But this is a new day. This came to me for whatever reason it came to me, and it's like I'm awake, I'm aware, I hear it, thank you, Spirit, and I can move forward. It called me to my bookshelf, to a book that I was easily able to find, by Dr. Anna Louise Keating when I was doing my academic writing. And actually, she was on my dissertation defense committee. The name of that book is Transformation Now, Toward a Post-Oppositional Politics of Change. What that post-oppositional politics of change basically means is that we have to be careful as activists, as people who are embracing change, not to fall short and begin doing the things that we're fighting against. Did you follow me? There's a phenomena that can happen that we're so passionate about the thing that we end up doing the thing that we're trying to eradicate. That's the hypocrisy I'm telling you about, right? That's why that stuff is coming together. Is this my issue? The answer was yes and no. No, because as I mentioned, everybody's responsible for themselves. So it's not my issue to help save you. I can be your teacher, your mentor, your guide, give you some tips and some tools, but you're responsible for what you do with it. If you misuse the law of electricity or gravity, even after I've told you what my experience is with it or how the thing works, then I have to step back. And if you fall or get burned or shocked or something, that's on you, not me. So the answer was no, that's not my issue. However, it's yes because this is mine to do, or else I wouldn't be here. So I do want to share what I know and empower you to be able to, and I want you to empower me. I'm not a leader that thinks it goes one way. Y'all are leading me just like I'm leading you. I want you to know that. I hear that. So it goes both ways for us to participate in each other's growth. Reverend Elijah Christopher, whom we know so well and love, was a keynote speaker at Asilomar. I guess you can tell Asilomar kind of struck with me, didn't it? And they are brilliant in everything they do, Elijah is. And at one point, they said, they is their preferred pronoun, they said, as a play on Joseph Campbell's Follow Your Bliss, Reverend Elijah said, follow your disturbance. I had already been disturbed a few days earlier at Asilomar, so by the time they said that, it was like, oh, really? Follow your disturbance. Because what they were saying is it's coming to you for a reason for you to follow that disturbance, to see what it has for you, and to take it as a gift, and to allow it to inform you and to move you forward. So that is what I'm taking. I could choose to say with this, I could choose to go into the doldrums about this whole thing about hypocrisy, because trust me, it blew my mind. My mind is still blown. I'm not grounded yet with it. Thinking, my pride could be bruised. I've been saying for years and years, I abhor it, and I say it like that. I abhor hypocrisy and blah, blah, blah. Can you imagine that all of a sudden there's a school of thought that you might be a part of that which you abhor? Aren't we, though? Aren't we now? Aren't we a part of those things that are not working and those things that have broken down that caused January 6th a year or so ago? So, don't be a part of the problem, be a part of the solution. Yes, Reverend Sally, I'm hooked on The Chosen. I have a quote here. When I was watching The Chosen after I got back from Asilomar, Jesus said, The Chosen is a series about Jesus and his mission and his life. Jesus is talking to me knowing that I'm talking about passion and purpose. Can you imagine that I would watch that clip and take from that? He said, strong passion can be a good thing when channeled for righteousness. I have passion about hypocrisy. We can have passion about a lot of things. What am I going to do with it? If I channel it in a way that lifts up righteousness and goodness in my own health and healing and yours, we're going to be in a better place. I know I will be. You have to be aware of what your passion and your purpose are in order to allow the percolation process to happen. You have to be aware. And this requires self-awareness and being willing to look yourself squarely in the mirror with honesty and integrity and say the difficult thing to yourself with love, compassion, and forgiveness. I'm willing. Are you? You don't have to answer that, but I hope the answer is yes. I want you to go home and think about it. Journal. I remember one of my early sermons, I suggested you bring a journal. There's two young people that come regularly. I said, what is that you holding? You told us to bring a journal. I love it. As I bring this to a close, my question to you is this. What is standing in the way of you, each of you, standing fully in your passion or your purpose? What is standing in your way? That's something for you to think about and journal. Even if you think you know, it may have changed. And until you ask yourself that question again, you won't know because you're operating on an old story. And I want you to let that percolate in your consciousness as you reflect on it, as you listen to it, and as you respond. And last but not least, Dr. Marilyn Leo was at Asilomar, who is in her 90s, beautiful, beautiful woman who has written many books and who lived next door to our founder, Ernest Holmes, and grew up with him and is a living legacy in and of herself and has just lives science of mind principle. So I was at her fireside chat and she said this, and I repeated it. I don't know if Judith is in the room. Judith was walking behind me. I kept saying this over and over until I could get there to write it down. I'm going to say it out loud to you and invite you to say it because I believe this has a vibration. Listen to it first. I am starting a people chain that energizes the globe and heals the nation. Can you imagine if we started a people chain here that we knew energizes the globe? Energizes. That was a very specific word. Now, she may have gotten this from somebody else. I don't know. But I loved it. And heals the nation. Are you willing to repeat it? Yes. Okay, let me do the first part, then you come in. I am starting a people chain. That energizes the globe. Oh, I forgot I had her put that. That energizes the globe. You can say it with me. And heals the nation. Let's do it all together. I am starting a people chain that energizes the globe and heals the nation. And so it is. And we're going to seal this with a community prayer. As Christopher Brown brings the prayer box up, as I invite the ministers and licensed practitioners to surround the congregation if you are so willing. Those of you online, if you're a minister or practitioner, I invite you to stand if you're willing and able. We do this to hold the consciousness. This is a visible way for you to see that we are holding you, holding each other in this beloved community. So let us go now into that inner sanctuary. If you are comfortable letting your eyes close or gaze softly at our beautiful stained glass window behind me, as we go into this sacred place, the sacred place within of the Most High, where the candle can never be snuffed. The candle of the divine and the holy presence is always lit within us. Even if we don't recognize it, it's there. It's planted within us from the depths of our being, from the beginning of time, and will always be there to support us and to love us through. This holy presence is everywhere present all at once. It is here, there, it is everywhere. It is full, it is complete, it is divine source. It simply is. It's the divine I am. And we are magnificently replicas of this divine presence. Like we are versions of, many versions of this divine presence with our own signature, with our own style and flair, with our own size and color and depth and breadth and all the things that make us special and unique. Each and every one of us are expressing the divine in each and everything that we think, say, and do. What a blessing that is to know. And so speaking from this place of truth, this place of knowingness, I proudly speak this word on behalf of this Oakland Center for Spiritual Living, giving thanks that we are all blessed, we are all anointed, we are all appointed, that we rise higher than we were the moment before into our greatness, into our fullness, into our passion and our purpose as we live God's truth out loud. I bless our nonprofit partner this month, Women Within International, who is doing great work in the community on behalf of the women that they serve. Praise God for that. I bless our world and everyone and everything in it, claiming and knowing peace and harmony and divine order, divine right action, wholeness and well-being, especially in those places that have experienced tragedy, as in Maui, where they've had tremendous fires. We lift them up knowing that God's grace is right there, helping them to recover and to move forward and to be in comfort for those loved ones who were lost and whatever the devastation may have been. I know God's presence and its hand is right on them right now. And anywhere else where there is war, travesty, floods and hurricanes, natural calamities, illness, sickness, violence, whatever it is, together we embrace the truth of God's wisdom and wholeness in any and every situation, knowing that it can lift instantaneously in the grace of God's love. And I bless everyone on our prayer list, our ministry of prayer list that we are praying for right now. And I bless these beloveds, knowing that whatever their need is, that God is right there as the source and the supply and as the comfort and the healing or whatever it is that is needed, I declare is provided right now. And I know this on behalf of Mary Sloan, Michael and Riley, Miss Grady Nobles, Miss Lupe Copenda, Joseph Udlenek, Olivia Firefly Walter, Taylor and Kathy. And I fling wide the doors of this prayer open to allow you space to speak your name out loud, those in the sound of my voice, even if they're listening to the recording. Start with yourself. If you are so willing to call your name out and anyone else that you are praying on behalf of right now, into this vortex of prayer and love right now. This is the moment to call it forth. Knowing that we love these individuals, these whispers and this cacophony that we hear of these names and situations being uttered, what I know is God's love wraps itself around each and every one in this healing, morphic vibrational resonance that is radiating out from this place on high, extending with other prayers that are being uttered. And it's so that we lock arms around the globe in prayer and in well-being and knowing. And so in every prayer in this prayer box that practitioner Christopher is holding, what I know, every prayer request, is there all touched and answered and healed and revealed right now. And so we cast this up and into the divine ethers of love and law, knowing that it is activated and that it is made manifest in tangible form where we can feel it and we can know it and we can see it and we can be it, the healing, miracle working power of God. So all we need to do is simply let the word go in trust and faith and simply just know that the truth abounds. Truth abounds and we are right in it. Praise God for that. Taking a breath. Breathing in the healing and the knowingness. And I know that even as we temporarily forget that this word goes before us and prepares the way and reminds us of who we are and whose we are and that it is already done and done well. Let us anchor it and claim it together in whatever way that we want to close this prayer. Let me hear you say it. Whatever you say is good. Ashe, and so it is. Aho, let it be, blessed be. All of it is so good. Praise God. Thank you, practitioners, ministers, beloveds. Thank you. Thank you, B.
It's me, right?
And now is our time of conscious giving, where we get to give back as we have been so given. We get to give from our coffers, from our treasures. This is our opportunity to play in the law of circulation because it is twofold, right? We give and then what? We receive. That's how it works. We give and we receive. So we have envelopes in the seat pockets for those of you who are here that you can prepare your offering. We have pledge cards. It's not too late for you to pledge your commitment to give to this center, which all of your offerings are so appreciated. Let me tell you that it takes a lot to run this center. And we really appreciate it and we need it. We need it. And if you have already queued up your offering on auto give, as I have, there are these things in the seat pockets, and we're going to bless our offering. And there's ways, of course, online where we can give. When you go to our website, which is oaklandcsl.org, you click on the donate button, and it will take you to a page that shows you how to give by card, how to mail in your offering, how to give by Zelle or by text. And shortly after we bless our offering, I will invite those of you in the sanctuary to come up and put it in the basket. First, let us bless our offering by saying our affirmation together. Joyously I give with an attitude of abundance, knowing that as I give, I do receive, and so it is. So for those of you who are willing and able and want to come up and bring your offering to the baskets, we welcome that. And look around you to see if anybody needs some support or your help with them doing that. Thank you. Please come while B plays more music.
Walking on this road so long, you seem to be singing the same sad song. You need to breathe. You I know that you wish you were farther ahead. I know that you wish you were maybe in a different place. But understand that there is a reason, there is a way. Take my hand, I'll take you to a safe place. I'll take you to a safe place. Safe place. I'll lead you to a safe place. Safe place. I'll lead you to a safe place. Safe place. Lead you to a safe place. Oh, You get caught up in your head. You get caught up on the things you shouldn't have said. You're still so young, rising and falling and rising again, just like the sun. I know that you wish you were farther ahead. I know that you wish you were maybe in a different place. But understand that there's a reason, there is a way. Take my hand, I'll lead you to a safe place. I'll lead you to a safe place. Safe place. I'll lead you to a safe place. Safe place. I'll lead you to a safe place. A safe place. I'll take you to a safe place. Let me be a safe space. I will always be here. I am your safe place. I am your safe space. Let me be a safe place. I will always be here. You don't need to go nowhere. I am your safe space. Safe place. Safe space. Thank you so much.
First of all, I want to thank B. DeVoe. Beautiful. It's such a treat to have the simplicity and gentleness of an acoustic guitar here. So rare, beautiful, lovely. Thank you. Thank you. And thank you, Reverend Sensei Michelle, for bringing your very inspiring sermon today and bringing forth the energy of the Asilomar here today. It was wonderful to just hear that, be that, and feel what you brought here today for us. I appreciate it. Yeah. And there's a lot of support that we have to put this service together. You know, we have, of course, the musicians and the tech staff, and it takes a lot, and I just want to thank all of you that have gathered together to create a safe space, a supportive space for our community to bring forth our service here today. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. A lot. We have a lot of support. Now, the practitioners, we had a whole lineup of practitioners here today. That was wonderful. So that means we have a lot of practitioners that will show up in the prayer room in the back. So if anybody out here in the community that would like a prayer for gratitude, a prayer for support, if you're going through a hard time, if you want to just thank the Lord thank Spirit for bringing forth blessings, we're here to support you. We also have a board in the community center with cards on it for practitioners. If you want to have an in-depth prayer session, a coaching-like session with incredible prayer, you can give them a call. Our names are always also listed on our website. There's also a prayer box in the back. So we have lots of ways that you can be supported in your life with this incredible prayer and connection that we give to the community here at Oakland Center for Spiritual Living. We're here to pray for you. We love to pray for you, and the prayer works, and we're holding you in prayer all the time. I think we got that all covered. So when you leave here, make sure you go out into the courtyard. Do not hover here and chat it up in the sanctuary. We're trying to be really mindful of the time right now with whatever is happening. Don't want to name it, don't want to say it, anyhow. So just go out into the courtyard, chat it up there, go back, get some prayers. And now, if you want to, you can stand for our closing affirmation. We believe in the direct revelation of truth through our intuition and spiritual nature, and that anyone may become a real revealer of truth who lives in the close contact with the indwelling God. Yes, and so it is. Amen.
Hey. Ooh. Yeah. I can see the silver lining from over here. Hey. Oh, I can see the silver lining from over here. A beam of light coming from the sky. It gives me hope, and it tells me the reason why this wheel is turning. And sometimes it seems like it's not for me, but I know that I'm learning and I'm growing. I can see the silver lining from over here. Ooh, hey, I can see the silver lining from over here. Hey, yeah, it's been getting darker these days. It's too easy to sit and wallow in the pain. So I had to lift up my head towards the sky, and I finally see see the silver line. I can see the silver lining from here. Oh, I can see the silver lining from over here. Hey, I can see the silver lining from over here, from over there, from anywhere. It's getting better, it's getting brighter, it's getting better every day. Oh, I can see the line. I can see the line. I can see the line. Oh, I can see the line. Happy Sunday, y'all. I hope you enjoyed all the songs I did. They were all originals. If you want to find music by me, you can look me up, B DeVoe. And yeah, I'm gonna send y'all out on a high note, rocking up to this one. I can see the line. I can see the silver lining. I can see the line. I can see the silver lining. I can see the line. I can see the silver lining. I can see the line. I can see the line.